Hi, I'm Miguel Chapa. I'm 16 years old. Yes, I get chronic migraines. I got diagnosed when I was about 7 years old. Since being diagnosed with migraines, I would say that I have to make sure I'm not really stressed, because stress is one of the big things that can help me, or that gets me to a migraine. If I get really nervous like I am right now, then on an extreme level, then I can end up getting like a migraine. Everyday life, I have to make sure that, again, that I'm not too stressed out, and that if I do get stressed out, I have a way to calm myself down, and to be really organized is kind of the key. Again, it's just another one of those things where when I get them, it's not anything that I'm trying to hide. It's just kind of that I get them, and that's it. It is what it is. So I started to notice kind of when I would get really sick. I guess the symptoms are you lose kind of sight, blurry vision, you get really numb. For me, when it gets really bad, I can't talk, and then I start to throw up. And it usually lasts for more than, depending on how bad it is, sometimes it's more than 3 hours for me, and there's some people that have it for 2 days, but yeah, I guess symptoms like blurry vision, nausea. I would say that cause you're numb, cause when you get numb, it's kind of every part of you is kind of numb, so it's kind of hard to do things, and then light kind of hurts, and then there's that of course it's for me it's a really bad headache, and it just hurts, a sharp pain in your head that kind of just is there, hurts. And then I guess what I kind of said before is after that's just kind of the process. It just hurts the whole time, but usually for me it starts with being numb, and then I can't talk, and then my vision gets blurry, and then I can't really see. It's just you can't really function. I used to get them before concerts that were really bad, and I would kind of, when I had them, I would just wait them out, but for the most part, coping with it is I learned breathing techniques to help me get through it, and then sometimes I think a lot of breathing is with it, but there's medication that can help with it, and yeah, I just kind of learned to how to deal with it. Different things that come with a migraine, like I said before, numbness and loss of speech and vision, and just, yeah. And then a headache is just kind of something that people, and I think when I think of a headache, it's something that's a lot less than a migraine, because I can still function with it, and it's more of an irritation than it is something that hurts. I mean, a headache hurts, but not as bad as a migraine. So it's more of an irritation. The longest I've ever had one was a day, but usually with coping skills and the right things I need to do, I think it maybe 3 to 4 hours is sounds about how the minimum time that I've had them. So, well, I guess I woke up one day and I had a really sharp pain in my head, and that's kind of how it first started. And then I woke up and was starting to get ready for school, and my dad, came downstairs from, I guess, being upstairs, and told me to eat and to sit down and eat so he could take me to school. But I told him that I was trying to tell him that I wasn't feeling well, and that I had a really bad migraine. I guess at the time I didn't really know, so I said headache, but I couldn't really say it, because at this time of this stage, that stage, I had numbness, so I couldn't really talk to my dad, and he was getting kind of angry at me, and he didn't really know that I was getting migraines at that point either. So he kind of sent me off to school, and I went off to school, and I was still struggling with like functioning and stuff. There was a time where we were discussing something in class, and I couldn't really like see the board. Like everything was just kind of blurry, and every time I looked into like at the screen or like any light, it just kind of really hurt, added kind of to the pain. And at that point, the teacher knew something was wrong, so she sent me to the office, and I guess I was in the office, and fortunately I threw up on the floor. Yeah, and so that happened, and then my dad couldn't pick me up, so I had to walk home. I think those, like, people who don't know about them, I guess know because they don't know what it's like, and they do really hurt. And it's really, you really can't, at least if it's bad enough, you can't function without some sort of like medication or like waiting it out. It's kind of something you have to suffer through. It's not just like an occasional headache you get. It's something where like you're in pain for depending how long. You're just in pain for a while, and yeah, it's not like the common headache.